Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Star Cub Review. I'm your host, as always, me, Star Cub. Now today, I'm gonna try and get at least two videos out. This one, of course, is gonna be a book review, and then the second one will be a quick discussion talk on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and just my frustrations and points about the Platinum Trophy and some of the requirements to get the Platinum Trophy, with some of the trophies being extremely hard to get, very, very challenging and very, very frustrating, especially for casual video game players. And I feel like I need to talk about it and just get my point out there and make it known to Square Enix, my frustrations with that, and to talk a little bit more about it. They need to have accessibility features more so for the harder trophies that a lot of casual players may not be able to get and are extremely challenging. But before I get into that, this one is going to be on a book review, and it is Alex Gordon's Jericho. Now, I finished this last night, and I have to say, I quite enjoyed it. For the most part, it was very, very entertaining, very well written. The characters are extremely well handled. Alex Gordon has written an amazing book. But I was very, very confused by Jericho, and couldn't really understand some of the stuff that was happening in it, because I've just found out, apparently, well, not apparently, but, you know, a definite, that this is a follow-up to her debut novel called Gideon. And this is the sequel to Gideon, which has the same character, Lauren, who discovers that she's a child of Endor, she's a witch. And there's all this supernatural stuff that happens in it, and there's witches, there's demons, angels, all sorts of supernatural stuff going on. But I was kind of like, I didn't realize that this was actually a follow-up to anything else. And I on its own, it stands like really well on its own, but some of the things I really couldn't understand some of the stuff that was happening in it, because I hadn't read the previous book. And I dug a little bit more and found out that the first book, Gideon, Alex Gordon's debut novel, was the first one, and then this is the follow-up. But if anyone is interested, Jericho is well written, fast paced, amazing story. As confusing as some of it was, but I started to piece it together. But I really need to read her debut novel now, Gideon, which makes me want to read it even more. But Lauren is a very interesting protagonist in it, and the other characters that she comes across as the story gets more and more mysterious, and we start getting into the nitty-gritty of everything. It is well worth the read, and it's a very different and like more modern take on witches. You may think, you know, witches all wear pointy hats and, you know, crooked noses and all of that. No, this is not that sort of take. It's more on the lines of, let's say, the TV series Salem, witches of East End, or West End, or East End. I don't know. I can't remember the show. I think it was Witches of East End, which is a fantastic show. I've only seen bits and pieces of it, but it's a fantastic show, and it depicts witches like that. Very, very different from, you know, your bread and butter fantasy witches that have crooked noses and stuff. The Witch is a good example of portraying a witch, and she does a really good job. Alex Gordon does a really good job of portraying modern day witches in Jericho. But I have to say, there are some points in the book that kind of are a little slow and kind of a little bit repetitive. I got past it, but I felt that there was just some niggly bits where the story doesn't go anywhere other than conversation and stuff like that. But it does a very, very good job of character development with these characters. You get to, like, some of them grow on you, and you know who you're going to root for in the outcome. But it is a very good novel. I have to say, it is really, really good, and I really have to get Gideon now and read that to see how the first part of it all plays out that leads into Jericho, and then it'll make a lot more sense to me, because apparently her father's dead, and he dies in the first book, and it explains it in here, but I was like, her dad's dead? I missed that, like, and then apparently it's in the first book. So other than that, that's this one down. I recommend it to people that love a good read, modern witches, supernatural, mumbo jumbo, and really awesome written characters. I have to say, really awesome written characters. What do I rate it? I'll give it an 8. A solid 8. It was very, very good, except for the niggly parts, like I mentioned. Other than that, it really is an extremely well-written book, and Alex Gordon has done a fantastic job. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you all with the next video, which will be on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and my frustrations with the trophies and getting the Platinum Trophy, and really honing into Square Enix that we need more accessibility features. But other than that, thanks so much, guys. I really, really do appreciate it. To everyone new, thanks so much for tuning into my videos. To everyone returning, I love yous all. You know I do. And stick around tomorrow as I go live, and it's just an evening talk to talk about anything that you want to ask me. But as I've put in the description, please make them appropriate. I will not be answering anything slanderish or rude. Let's all be on our best behavior. I'll answer as many questions as I can, and that way the audience will get to know me a lot more and my likes and interests, while I'll know a lot of yours as well. Other than that, thanks so much, guys. Stay tuned for that tomorrow. I go live at 6:30 Richmond time. I don't know what it is, Pacific time, Eastern time, and all of that. I'm very, very, I'm really bad with that. But tune in at 6:30 for that, and I will see you all then. All right, guys, take it easy. Ciao.